Hello. Hi, good evening. Hope everyone is having a lovely sunny weekend. So I just wanted to pop on and do a little live video, another one in my Tell Me About series. And today's is all about the uterus, also known as your womb. And your uterus, your womb, is when you're pregnant, it is your baby's home. So your baby is growing, and inside your womb, inside the membrane sac, inside the amniotic fluids, connected to you via the umbilical cord to your placenta. All of this is inside your womb, which is this bag of muscle, this organ inside you. And it's amazingly clever and brilliant. It starts off pre-pregnancy about the size. I've got food analogies, okay? And I like a good food analogy, so I've been saving this one up till I had the right fruits in my fridge. It's about the size of a pear, upside down. Starts off about that size, doesn't have a stalk, okay? Go with me on this. So it's about a pear-sized shape before you get pregnant. And it grows and expands, obviously, to accommodate baby as baby grows from just like a cell to be a fully formed human being, and the placenta, the amniotic fluid, and it grows to about the size of a watermelon. Okay, my children got to the watermelon before I could do the video, so it's it's on a plate. And also it's quite a small watermelon they delivered, okay, but a watermelon, so significant size, yeah, probably a bigger size differential. But it grows and expands to accommodate baby and the amniotic fluid and the placenta. And so this bag of muscle is pretty amazing, this organ that goes from this tiny size to this much bigger size to accommodate baby. And then, obviously, when you get term and when you and baby are ready to, when you go into labour, baby has to get out of there. There has to be an exit. And the bottom part of the womb is like a ring of muscle, which is part of the uterus, part of the womb, called the cervix. And the cervix is like a sphincter muscle. It's a round muscle, and it has to open, obviously, to let baby out, to give them an exit, a pathway to be born. And so the cervix, the bottom part of the womb, the muscles of the womb have to work to, you go through what are called contractions. And this is a way of the cervix, the lower part of the womb, the sphincter muscle opening, dilating. The first thing it does is it softens and thins and gets shorter, and that's called effacement technically. And then the muscles on the outer layer of muscles kind of pull upwards. These long muscles pull up to open and dilate, to open the cervix. 10 centimeter by centimeter is often measured in that way until you get to 10 centimeters dilated, when it's completely open. And so there is then a pathway for baby to pass down through the cervix, out of the womb, and to be born. So the muscles are doing this job of opening and pulling up and working really, really hard in labor. And that's why it's called labor. It's hard work. This big muscle is doing a lot of work. And that's why it needs lots of energy. It needs good blood supply and oxygen, and it needs nourishing and staying hydrated, because it's doing all this work, this muscle that has grown much, much bigger to accommodate baby, to do the work of opening the cervix and then moving baby and rocking, pushing, moving baby as the uterus then contracts down to be born. So it does loads of work. It's super duper clever. It grows, and then it's what is working within your body. It is doing it of its own accord. You are not pushing and forcing and all of this stuff. This is happening, all controlled by these amazing birth hormones. So it's super clever. It also, the movement of the muscles help to rotate and move baby in early labor. There is lots going on. And that's why it's really important in labor to be relaxed, to allow the blood and the oxygen to go to the uterus so it can work really effectively. That's why it's really important to stay hydrated in labor, to eat if you can, to keep your energy levels up, because that opening and that moving of baby down, those two parts of labor, and then the final stage of labor, the third stage of the placenta being released out of the womb too. Once baby arrives, once baby is born, then the placenta has to be birthed too. All of that has to happen, and all requires a lot of energy. So energy, hydration, being relaxed, getting lots of Oxygen and blood supply to the uterus also really important, and this can be helped by being relaxed, by breathing well, by moving well. You can help position baby. Lots of the things that I talk about and tell you about and show you and we try out and we do in my classes and courses are all to do with how you can kind of help the process, how you can work with your amazing uterus and help the hormones to flow, which control the process. So there's a really famous quote from a really wonderful American birth expert, a midwife in America called Ina May Gaskin. And she says, there is no other organ quite like the uterus. If men had such an organ, they would brag about it. So should we. And she's damn right. I mean, it's the most amazing piece of kit in the body. It's super clever. There's nothing else in the body quite like it. It then shrinks back down postnatally back to the original size of your inverted pear. So it's like beyond amazing. And it's the beautiful home for your baby. And it's something that you need to know about and how it works and why it works. That was a very quick guide. I talk about it a lot more in more detail, which will help you work with your body, with your uterus, with your hormones in my courses, on my classes, because I think it's important to know. So anything else you want to know, I hope that's helpful. I hope my fruit was okay. I love a good food analogy. You will know that if you've been on my courses or when you come on them. I'm always trying to things that stick in people's minds. It just helps you to kind of absorb the information. So I hope it's helpful. Anything else you want to know, anything that wasn't clear, then let me know too. And anything else you want to know about in the Tell Me About series, then drop me a message or a private message or just put a comment below the video. Thank you for listening. Take good care. Take good care. Bye-bye.